humans, welcome back to my makeup room. My name's Martha if you've never been here before, and today we're going to talk about my makeup inventory. Now, my last video I made about my inventory was in January. I think it went up right at the beginning of January, first thing of the year, and today we're going to do a quarterly update. Now, since my last inventory video, I kind of rejigged my inventory, so some of the categories are slightly different. I also realized that I was putting some face palettes in highlighter sections, and now they're in the face palette section, so the numbers are going to be a little bit askew, but on the whole, most of them are unchanged. And if I did change the category, I tried to adjust my numbers so that my last updates numbers reflect the same way I'm counting everything this time around. Let's just start talking numbers, shall we? Primers. Last time I had 14 primers. My goal is 5. I've jacked that number up to 8. Now, that also includes a good number of deluxe samples and minis and things. I'm counting them all as one. Even like the Smashbox one, this is only 7 mils or 1/4 of an ounce. So like a quarter or less of what a full-size primer would be. I'm not counting any like foil packets as items, but anything big enough to be in a tube, that's counted in the inventory. As you can see, that number's gone up, and I'm trying to get it down, hoping that some of these little guys will be speedy and I won't have to keep them around for too long. So definitely something I'm gonna have to work on. Now for foundations, I'm working away. I started out with 15 and I am now down to 14. My goal is also 5. Now my goal might change for this, I don't really know, but I'm definitely being pretty good about not buying any new foundations, and I'm definitely trying to use the ones I have up. Foundation mixers. In January I had 1, I now have 2. My goal is 2. I'm okay to have 2 in my collection if they serve different purposes. Now concealer. In January I had 9. I am now down to 7, and I would like to get it down to maybe 3. Now these numbers for my goals, they're pretty lofty goals, but there's just sort of what I'm working towards, and if I change my mind, I will change my goal. So that's where we're at right now. For color correctors, I had 2, I now have 3. My goal is to get down to 2, and the reason, so I'm okay having like a peach one for under the eyes and a green one for redness in case I have any breakouts, and the reason I have 3 instead of 2 is I got a concealer that is too dark and it's very peachy. So I'm just going to use that as a color corrector rather than a concealer because it won't work for me as a concealer. Now for powder, I'm going to say I'm doing pretty good. I started out at 11. My goal is 3. I'm down to 5. That's pretty impressive if I'd say so. Now I'm trying to work through the powders again, but I mean, this Milk makeup powder, I've been working on this for a long time and it's pretty slow going. I feel like I need to use more powder. Alright, that concludes the base product section, and we are now entering the cheek product section. Bronzers. In January I had 13. My goal is 15 because now I have 21. Oh lordy lordy lord. I went through a bit of a bronzer crisis where I decided I didn't have enough options. Wasn't sold on the ones I had, and I had to buy more bronzers, and then some of those didn't work for me, so then now I'm trying to sell those. It's just chaotic. It's chaotic. But I have more bronzers than I would like, so I'm trying to plow through bronzers, hit pan on a bunch, use them up, maybe declutter some. My goal this year is to hit pan on as many bronzers as I can, And then once I have pan on a few of them, my goal will be to use them up. So I might not be able to get that number down, but I will definitely try to set myself up to get the numbers down. For contour, I had 4, now I have 3. My goal is 2, to have 1 powder, 1 cream. For blush, last time I had 17. I now have 27. And I'm really not sure how I got to 27. It's really a mystery. I know I bought a few, but apparently I bought a lot. I have a blush problem. That's one of my goals, is definitely to get down my blush collection, which is unfortunate because blush is so hard to use up. So I have 27. I want to get back down to 15. Probably not going to happen anytime soon, but hopefully. And the category is not even done. The next category is cream blush. I had 4, I now have 6. I want to get that number down to 3. So that might be a bit of a struggle, but with summer coming up, I'm going to try and use up as much cream products as I can because I really love wearing creams in the summer. And the warm weather is coming along. It's still almost spring, but not quite getting there. It's only April, but once summer comes around, I think I'll be able to at least make a little bit of progress on the cream front. For highlight, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. My numbers were at 24 last time. Now I'm at 21, and my goal is 15. So that's not too bad. I'm inching my way closer to that goal, so I'm pretty happy about that. For brows, I had 10 brow products. That includes pencils, gels, and powders. I don't use pomades, so they're not in there. So I had 10 products. My goal is 3, and I got down to 7. So again, I'm using up some of those things, and we're making our way down. I think maybe by the end of the year, I'll probably be able to get down to 3. Setting spray is also a category I am chugging along with. Last update I had 10. My goal is 4. And right now I am sitting at 8. So I've used up 2. Yeah, I've used up 2 this year. And this is the 4th month. Oh, I guess there have been 3 months. So if I use up another 2 each 3 months, that's 6. So I definitely can hit my goal by the end of the year, as long as I don't go overboard on buying setting sprays. But I think what I want to do for setting sprays is just sort of work myself through the collection and then just repurchase the ones I've really enjoyed. And then I can always have ones I love and then purchase the occasional new one to test out. Mascara. This year I was not allowed to buy any mascaras. I have not bought any mascaras, so we're doing well. I started out with 24. Now that included minis. 24 mascaras. I'm now down to 13. So I'm doing pretty good. My goal is 3. So unfortunately that means there have not been a lot of stellar mascaras that I've used to death, but I'm working my way through them, not letting them dry out. I'm doing pretty good. And judging by these numbers, I think I can definitely make it to my goal. Liquid liner. I started with 5. My goal is 1. And I still have 5. The reason I had 5 is because I was on a quest to replace my Kat Von D tattoo liner. And I have. And now I have extras that I don't really like as much. So, and I also have been trying to get a couple of colorful liners so I can do like snazzy cut creases with sparkly bits. I expect this number might get down to 3, 4. But now that I have colorful liners, I don't know that it will. We will reevaluate at a later date. For pencil eyeliners, I have, last time I had 22, I now have 21. I have down here that my goal is 10. I don't know how realistic that is because I rotate my pencil liners. They're all different colors. I use all of them at random times, whatever goes with my look. It's not like I have 20 black eyeliners and a brown. So I'm not too concerned about this category, but maybe once I start working my, like I do have a couple of duplicate colors, so I can probably, you know, get it down to one yellow, get it down to one purple or something like that, especially now that I've discovered that you can kind of manipulate your waterline color by just setting it with a shadow. So I don't find the need to have quite so many eyeliners. Ooh, lashes. I never counted my lashes. Alright, false lashes. I started out with 16. My goal is 10. And I am down to 13. So I'm doing pretty good at working my way through some of them and getting enough use out of them that they are, you know, unusable and they have to go. And I feel like that's a pretty good pace that I'm going at. Once I get my numbers down, I can repurchase the ones I know I love. Lash glue. I started out with 3. I still have 3. My goal is 1. I'm sort of trying to find the perfect lash glue, and I don't mind having a couple because the ones that are less sticky I don't mind using for filming when I'm not going out anywhere afterwards, but getting it down to 1 is probably going to involve a declutter because I'm never going to go through a lash glue. Eye primers. I started with 2, an eye primer and a glitter glue. My goal is to have 2, an eye primer and a glitter glue. How many do I have? I have 5. 5. So the reason my numbers went up is 1, I bought the Dried Cosmetics eye primer because I heard so many people raving about it. And guess what? It's too dark for me. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. And then I got 2 deluxe size samples of one of the ABH eye primer and one of the NARS eye primer. So those essentially I didn't pay for. And I kind of like having them. So eventually I'll whittle my way down, but I'm not going out to buy multitudes of eye primers. And it's fun to try these other ones that I didn't have to pay for and are only small sizes. Alright, for face palettes, last time I only counted 1. But in reality, I had more than that. I just didn't put them in that category. So now, judging by my count, I have 8. And my goal is to get down to 4. So hopefully I can use up some of those products. But I find I don't reach for face palettes as often as singles. So I think I'm going to have to do a pan that face palette or something once I get lots and lots of use out of my singles. I'm going to have to do a pan that face palette, I think, to really plow through some of these face palettes. Now for eyeshadow palettes. I started out with 39. My goal is 30. I now have 34. I have decluttered a few, which is how we've gotten down this far, and I'm feeling okay with that. I'm trying to limit my purchasing of eyeshadow palettes. I went through a bit of a weird patch where I was getting rid of some and buying more and, you know, a lot of chaos, but I think I've stabilized now. I'm happy with where I am now, and if I can get that number down just a little bit eventually, that'll be good. That'll be good. My main goal right now is to get use out of everything that I have. Now for single shadows. Oh boy, oh boy. Last time I had 141. Now I have 226. What on earth does a person need with that many single shadows? I don't know. Why do I need so many eyeshadow palettes if I have that many singles? It beats me, you know? I can't explain it. I just love having the options. So I don't actually have a goal for this, but I just started a series called my Project Single Shadows, and that's going to be me trying to use every single shadow that I own one time. I only have to use it one time. But then I can sort of, you know, get use out of my collection, and if I find any duds that I haven't used yet, I can get rid of them. So I'm not trying to cull down my collection, but I'm trying to use it more so that I'm more familiar with it and that I can get rid of things that I know I don't like. Now for single eye toppers, these include like my Tarte Chrome paints, my liquid eyeshadows, liquid glitters, that type of thing. I started with 10, I now have 9, my goal is 5. So we have gone down, we're not close to the goal yet. For lip liner, last time I had 12, this time I have 12. My goal is to get down to 5. Now, I don't know how well that's going to go because I started my project pan with a lip liner and it was done in like a month and a half. But now I'm working on the friggin' Urban Decay, you stupid chunky motherfucker, that I hate. It won't show progress. I don't like it. I can't line my lips properly. I should probably just take it out of my project pan. But I feel like it's too far gone for that. I don't know. So once I get down, once I get through that stupid Urban Decay one, I feel like I can get through some of the other like nude ones. And then we will see some progress. Bullet lipsticks, we started with 29. My goal is 10. We are now down to 28. And I don't know how we're going to get down to 10. In my spoiler next project pan update, I'm going to roll in a lipstick and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm not super optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see if we can whirl through some of these lipsticks. I've heard it's very difficult though. Liquid lipstick, we had 28, we now have 20. My goal is 10. I'm very proud of this category. I decluttered a whole bunch, I guess at least 8. And I'm happy with where we are right now, and now I can sort of, now I feel like I'm in a spot where I can actually use most of what I have. And the final category, lip gloss. Now, I have recently discovered a love of lip gloss, so I started out with 14, I now have 17. My goal is 10, but I am working through the lip glosses. I have already gone through 2 whole lip glosses this year in my project pans, and I'm not stopping there. I'm going to keep working on the lip gloss because the progress is fantastical. I love seeing success, so something I'm good at panning, hey, throw it in there. Keep going. Woohoo. Okay, I'm getting a little weird. I think that means it's time to sign off. So, if you liked the video, give it a like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. You'll be a Pavlovian dog if you do, and you'll be able to see when I upload next. I will be probably doing another update like this in another 3 months in the next quarter, and hey, you'll be able to check out my other videos. I'll see you next time. Bye!